welcome to the Prophecy Club. Our topic today is stock market crash imminent. That's the big question. Is a stock market crash imminent? Now, we already have several prophecies that say that the dollar's going to fall, stock market's going to crash, but the big bugaboo is when. Today, I think I'm going to bring you some answers to that when, and I'm going to encourage you really, more than perhaps ever, 800, 200 gold. That's what these people do. They see that your money, your life savings don't get lost in some kind of a stock market fall or a dollar fall or something like that. Now, if your money, and I can't give financial advice, okay? I don't know enough about it to give financial advice even if I wanted to. But I can tell you this, you don't want to, and I don't want you to lose your life savings. And if they are in paper, defined as some of the stock market, maybe some investments, 401K, IRA, if they're in paper, right now, with the information I'm about to bring you, I think I can faithfully say, maybe that's the way to say it, that I think that you are in danger. Your finances in danger, 800, 200 gold. Also, if you want to have some kind of financial support when you're out on the road someplace and things fall apart, Prepper bars at 844-741-1776. Go check it out. It would be excellent to have in your purse or your billfold. Also, if you have cryptocurrency, they can now put cryptocurrency into a safe way so you won't lose that. So you go to blocktrustira.com. Now, our question today is, the big question everybody wants to know is, when is the stock market going to fall? So I went to Most Important News. Mike Snyder, a good friend of mine, former public speaker for Prophecy Club. He has an excellent article. And it says, are they positioning themselves for a predetermined scenario? Now let's talk about that just a second. In other programs, I've explained to you that I think they have a time machine. And then Augusto Perez said that he was shown that they have every day planned out for the next 25 years in advance. So a lot of times they see into the future, and a lot of times they plan the future. Who's the they? I'm talking about Lucifer. Okay, he's not God. He can't know everything, be in all places all the time. So he plans. And this is apparently what I'm going to show you today, a plan. This is the plan. And there's another quote out there, I think it was the president that said it, that said that through stock busts and booms, we've taken over the financial area. So I can't prove it, but probably they control the stock market. And I think you'd probably say, yeah, you're probably right. Now, if they control the stock market and they can make it go up and down whenever they want, obviously they're going to put themselves in the best position to make the most money when it goes up or when it goes down. So what I'm bringing you today is not a thus saith the Lord, but this is what the elite are doing. And Lindsey Williams said, when the elite start doing something, I pay attention. This is some elite doing something. I think we should pay attention. Okay, so are they positioning themselves for a predetermined scenario in which there will be a massive stock market crash? That's the big question. Is there about to be a massive stock market crash? Well, one of the ways we can tell is when the big money starts positioning themselves expecting a stock market crash. Not just the little guy, but the big guys. When they start positioning themselves, then that's something we need to pay attention to. So what are they saying? He says, suddenly hedge funds are betting billions of dollars that the stock market is going to crash. Now, again, I'm not a financial guy, and they're probably not prophecy students, but my understanding is a simple way to put it, this is big money. This is the people that own and control everything. So when they start moving mega billions, we should pay attention. Hedge funds are betting billions of dollars that the stock market is going to crash. If they're wrong, they will lose a ton of money. But if they're correct, they will make absolutely enormous profits. What do you think? You think that big money is stupid? Or do you think big money probably has a time machine, a looking glass? And if they don't, I believe they do, they at least control it. Do you think that big money would put themselves in a position to lose large amounts of money? I don't. Now, since I don't have large amounts of money, it didn't make a whole lot of difference to me. But I believe there's some people watching right now, and you do have a large amount. I mean, by the way, if you only have $10,000 and that's all you have, to you, that's a large amount of money. And by the way, if I had $10,000, that would be a large amount of money to me too. But whatever we have, we don't want to lose it, right? So what does he say? What is he saying that needs to get our attention? He says, so why are they feeling so confident that a stock market collapse is in our near future? Without a doubt, the real economy has been moving in the wrong direction for quite some time, but for years, there have been relentless efforts to keep the financial markets propped up. Could it be that there is a scenario in which the financial markets will simply be allowed to fail at some point? And of course, I'm going to say caused to fail at some point. So I went over to Daily Mail. Let's see what they have to say. And it says, hedge funds, massive bet on stock market crash, raises alarm for 401K's and risks our ire of Trump. So if you have a 401k, an IRA, I'm even going to say if you have money in the stock market, I think, again, I'm not a financial expert. I can't give financial advice. But I think if you were to say, Stan, what do you think? I'd say, I think you're in danger. I think that you could lose a lot of it. Maybe you could even lose it all. Remember, Leslie had that prophecy where she saw people lost everything. Okay, now let's go on. So the article says hedge funds are making a multi-billion-dollar gamble against the U.S. economy. Okay, this is the same thing that this guy says. So this is another one. They're making $1 billion gamble against the U.S. economy, betting Donald Trump's presidency will result in a massive market crash. Okay, sometimes we hear things so many times we get numb to them. Hopefully you're not getting numb to this. Hopefully you're listening. We'll make a massive market crash that could devastate 401K's, pensions, household savings across America. Do you think the devil would like to do that? Do you think the devil would like to take your money and put it in his pocket? Yes, he would. Data from Goldman Sachs has sent shockwaves throughout financial circles, revealing a dramatic surge, look at this, surge in short positions against U.S. stocks. Okay, now hang on. Again, I'm not an expert, so I'm going to explain this down to where the cows can eat it. You know, you got to get the hay down where the cows can eat it. Okay, so let's say a person owns, say, 1,000 shares of stock that is worth $100,000. And a buddy of theirs thinks that that stock is going to go down. Let's say the price is, say, $100 a share. I'm not trying to put all these numbers together. I'm just saying here. This is $100 a share, but they think it's going to go down. So if they place some, I think they call them puts. I'm not sure. Puts and calls, okay? But they basically say, if that stock hits $30, I'll buy it. And of course, the person with $100 stock says, it'll never hit $30. Well, all of a sudden, after 3 weeks, it's fallen and fallen and fallen. It hits $30. And the person that said, I'll buy it for $30, now the sale has to take place. And they lost $70 a share on it, and they have to sell it. Now, that's my understanding on it. Again, I'm not in the stock market. I don't know anything about the stock market. That's why I don't listen to me. But what I am trying to say is when there's billions of people, there's people with billions of dollars saying that the stock market is going to crash and they're putting their money into it. They're buying short positions against these U.S. stocks. You think they're wrong? I don't think so. I think they know what's coming. Well, now, we as prophecy students, why would we believe something's coming? After all, Shane Warren did say back in 2010, he saw a financial storm all across America. Then he said he saw an earthquake up the middle of the country. Right now, they're talking about whether they're going to split Israel, whether they're going to, now America's going to buy Gaza and take over Gaza. I mean, if we don't split Israel, then we don't get the earthquake. And that's what we're praying, that we do not get the earthquake. But the fall of the dollar, it's time. Remember, Shane was told that what causes the dollar to fall is when Saudi Arabia starts selling oil in another currency other than the dollar, which happened on June 9th of 2024. June 10th, Saudi Arabia started selling their oil in Chinese yuan. Yet the dollar hasn't fallen yet. That's a big yet. Let's go on. So data from Goldman Sachs has sent shockwaves through the financial circles, revealing a dramatic surge in short positions against U.S. stocks, a move that signals a belief that the market is headed for a precipitous crash. How big? Throughout January, investors placed 10 times more bets. Look, big money, got to be big money because they don't make big mistakes. They don't make mistakes. When they're putting 10 times more bets on the American stocks falling than on their continued rise, a staggering shift that reflects growing unease over Wall Street's future under Trump's leadership. It's not Trump. Trump does not control the stock market. Trump does not control the Federal Reserve. Trump does not control the dollar. Trump probably controls a whole lot less than what he thinks. These guys are the ones that control it. Let's go on. The timing of such financial revolt is no coincidence and comes just as Trump is taking over. Remember, Henry Kissinger said, "He who controls money can control the world." Benjamin Fulford was told that we've ruled this planet for thousands of years and we'll destroy it rather than give it up. Well, right now we're seeing Trump dismantle 80 years of their work, subtly, under the table, behind the curtain, behind the back. All of their work for the last 80 years, he's destroying it. He is destroying their plans. Are they going to sit back and do nothing? Are they going to roll over and play dead? No, they're not. What's one of the things they would do? Take all of our money, do a stock market crash. I hope you're listening. So the world witnessed a $600 billion wipeout in major U.S. tech stocks earlier this week. Accident? I don't think so. Driven by fears over Chinese AI rival DeepSeek. Accident? Chinese do that? No. Chinese don't do anything either until the elite say they can do it. DeepSeek, which disrupted the once unshakable dominance of America's technology sector. The Magnificent Seven, Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Meta, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Tesla all suffered massive losses, leaving investors scrambling for answers. The latest hedge fund moves mark a staggering reversal from just 2 months ago, when Wall Street billionaires were pouring money into the so-called Trump trades. Following this election victory, hedge funds rushed to capitalize on what they predicted would be a golden era for corporate America. I think they knew Trump was going to win. I think they positioned themselves in advance to take advantage of it. Oh, how could they know? Because they have the real polls, not the ones that are paid for, not the ones we hear on CNN. They really knew that they were not going to win this time. Buoyed by Trump's aggressive tax cuts, tariffs, and deregulation policies, there's more. Hedge funds are making a multi-billion-dollar gamble against the U.S. economy, betting Donald Trump's presidency will result in a massive market crash that could devastate 401K's. I hope you're listening, especially your 401K. Look, you don't want to lose your life savings. Don't want to do it. 800-200-GOLD. The optimism led to an unprecedented influx of capital, pushing hedge funds' assets to a record $4.5 billion. Fund managers were riding high, convinced Trump's return to power would usher in a stock market boom, so they positioned themselves to make money. But now they're positioning themselves to make money again. Why? Because either they know that a trend is coming, or they know that the plan is coming, but they know that a stock market crash, just like the prophecies say, is about to happen. So they say. So it says, those same hedge funds are now betting against the very economy they once championed. The very real victims of this financial gamble could be everyday American investors, me and you. Millions of workers rely on their 401K's and pension funds to secure their futures. Yet, as hedge funds place enormous bets on Wall Street wipeout, these savings accounts could be the next to suffer if they're not in the right position. These are the share prices over the past 6 months. I want you to look at the ones to the right in the red. All of a sudden they're going down. Let's go, there's more. Even Elliott Management, one of the world's most influential hedge funds with over $70 billion in assets, has sounded the alarm. According to the Financial Times, Elliott executives believe Trump's policies are fueling speculative bubbles that could wreak havoc if markets crash. The message from Wall Street is clear. The market is on the edge of a precipice, and the fallout could be catastrophic. Do you think people in control of the stock market, or the dollar, or the Federal Reserve, the people that are really in control of our money, want things to go well for Donald Trump? Absolutely not. They tried to put a bullet in his head. Okay? Trump's presidency has been bolstered by a small but powerful group of hedge fund titans who previously saw him as a key to unlocking corporate America's full potential. But if a stock market collapse materializes, the very Americans who backed Trump's economic promises, me and you, could find themselves on the losing end of a financial catastrophe. That's my point. Do you think evil in high places that does control the money, you think they're happy with Trump? Absolutely not. Think they're happy with you? Absolutely not. You think they want to take your money? Absolutely they do. 800, 200 gold. I'm telling you, get prepared. There's more. This is the Telegraph. This is a whole different place. Hedge funds bet billions on market crash in Trump's America. Data from Goldman Sachs show that there's been a surge in shorts bets against U.S. stocks, meaning traders will make money if the stock market crashes. Basically, that's what it's saying. These investors placed, and look at this, they placed 10 times more bets on the U.S. stock markets falling than on equivalent bets that shares in the leading American company. In other words, they have bet billions of dollars 10 times more. I don't think they're stupid. I don't think they're going to lose money. I think they know what's coming. I don't necessarily think these guys are high enough on the totem pole to have the time machines to see in the future or the looking glass. But I do think they're a buddy-buddy with some of the people that have plans, saying this is the plan, this is what we're going to do. You want in, buddy? And I think, can't prove it, I think that the stock market is, just a guess, I don't know, I'm a prophecy teacher. The increase in short bets marks a major turnaround in sentiment for November, when hedge funds piled into long bets on U.S. stocks, predicting they would rise. Michael Snyder, let's go on with his article, backing up to his at the beginning. As I noted earlier, if the hedge funds are wrong, they stand to lose big. But if they are right, and you better know they are poised to make hundreds of millions from the stock market collapse. It certainly won't take much to push the financial markets over the edge. Those that are propping up simply need to stand aside. So why would they do such a thing? Perhaps the goal would be to send a message to President Trump that they don't like the tariffs he is imposing. That's not it. Right now, what they want to do is kill the Christian nation that is holding back their man, the Antichrist, from sitting on the throne. And now we're cleaning out the FBI, we're cleaning out the CIA, we're finding out all of these media places are funded by taxpayer dollars. We're finding all sorts of corruption going on. Well, that's what, in the next program, I'm going to talk about that. All of that has been warned. We've been, through the prophets, God has been telling us this is coming. Sometimes we want to listen to what we want to have happen, rather than listening to the thing that we should be listening to. And right now we need to be listening to what the prophets say. The prophets already warned this is coming, and now we're listening to or should be listening to the people in high places. 800, 200 gold. Let me take just a second. 800, 200 gold. How's this work? Call them. Say, look it. I listened to Stan. I don't know if I'm okay. Here's what I got. What do you think? Maybe you need to get some prepper bars to carry in your billfold of your purse. Maybe you have some crypto, and maybe you want to see that you don't lose your crypto. So you go to blocktrustira.com, right in the center, blocktrustira.com. So let me say it again. If you have your money in paper, and I think in most cases that would include the stock market, but again, I'm not an expert. Talk to people that are. Call 800, 200 gold. Call them and say, okay, here's my situation. Am I okay? And they might say, yeah, you're good. Fine. On the other hand, they might say, you're in trouble, boy. 800, 200 gold. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't cost anything. Maybe you don't like the deal. Maybe they get you thinking. Maybe you're going to pray about it. But it doesn't hurt to call them 800, 200 gold. Okay, the very best offer we have ever had of the Prophecy Club is 40 books for a gift of $100. That is How Pre-Trib Won, Tribulation Secrets in Daniel, God's Warnings to America, Miss the Mark, and The Secret Door to Understand Bible Prophecy. I'll explain. As I've said many times in 2017, I memorized the book of Revelation. I got 30 revelations, 2 visions, and an audible voice. God showed me a secret door, the word first fruits, which is found in Leviticus and also Revelation, that links the feasts to the prophecies of Revelation. And perhaps for the first time, Revelation can be understood. One prophetic word said, there's a lock. I put over every word in the book of Revelation. I'm going to open it to you. It will turn many books written on the end-time message into obsolete books. That's this book. Secondly, I put together a collection of the very best prophecies from 32 years in Bible prophecy: Dimitri Duduman, Michael Boldale, Leslie Johnson, Henry Gruver, Shane Warren, Terry Bennett, Maurice Sklar, Augusto Perez, Doug Metzger, Bree Keaton, and more in God's Warnings to America. Also, how do you talk to people about the mark of the beast, especially if they worship another god? Well, simple way is give them this book. It's a quick read, takes about 3 hours to read it. But if they'll read 2 or 3 pages, they'll probably read the book. And if they read the book, they will never take the mark of the beast. It explains both the mark of the beast and also the number of the name, and it has these pictures in the book. Finally, How Pre-Trib Won. This book explains the truth about the rapture. It gives 4 foundations for the real truth about the rapture. It also answers 25 pre-trib questions, 1 for $20, each one of these typically, but don't do that. We offer them in shrink-wrap sets. The very best deal is go to prophecyclub.com and get the entire 40-book set for $100. I didn't cover every verse in the book of Daniel, didn't need to. I just covered the verses that has to do with us end-time saints. And it's called Tribulation Secrets in Daniel, 1 for $20, 10 for $30, 20 for $50 at prophecyclub.com.
In a world of uncertainty, be prepared with Silver Prepper Bars, your ultimate hedge against political instability and economic turmoil. Introducing the Silver Prepper Bar, crafted from 0.999 pure silver and proudly made in the USA. This tangible, divisible asset can come in handy even in the toughest of times. Portable, perforated, and easily tradable, the Silver Prepper Bar is your lifeline in times of crisis. When facing inflation, currency devaluation, and financial meltdown, Silver Prepper Bars provide peace of mind. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Secure your future today with the exclusive Silver Prepper Bar, the only silver bar on the market divisible into 3 different size pieces for maximum utility, all while fitting in your wallet. The smart choice for savvy investors and preppers alike. With Silver Prepper Bars, you're ready for whatever tomorrow brings. As gold and silver prices continue to surge and top economists predict upcoming shortages, Now is the time to secure your precious metals in the form of prepper bars, the only bar on the market divisible into 3 sizes for maximum utility. Place your order before supply runs out and prices go up. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Don't leave your future to chance. All payment methods accepted. Order your silver prepper bars now. 0.999 pure silver and proudly made in the USA. Silver prepper bars, ready for whatever tomorrow brings. Order now.
When the suitcase nukes, I didn't say if, I said when the suitcase nukes go off, if you want your car to start, if you want your computers and your refrigerators and things like that, anything with a computer chip to work, you want to have one of these from EMPShield.com. EMPShield.com. And they have videos up there. It takes about 10 minutes to put on. It's not complicated at all. And if you use the word prophecy, promo code prophecy, you get a $50 discount, and it helps your Prophecy Club. In 2021, I started making bread, and long story short is I believe God showed me that wheat is God's famine food, just like it was famine food back in the 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine, days of Pharaoh and Joseph. And I believe that that's what God has planned to feed his people, and you get it by going to josephskitchen.com. 3 steps. First, you want to get a machine package. Second, you want to order 6 ingredients and watch some videos, download the recipes to be able to make the bread. josephskitchen.com. Most of your long-time storage food, emergency food, all of that, typically are talking $9,000, $10,000 to feed one person for a year. Joseph Kitchen can show you how to do it for around $1,000 a person, and your kids will actually eat it, and it's actually good for you. Here's some bread that I made. In my case, I lost weight, lowered my blood pressure, gives me more energy. I eat a morning, slice in the morning, slice in the afternoon. There's always a slice before I go play racquetball. Go check it out, josephskitchen.com. I'd recommend you get Potassium Iodide at prophecyclub.com. When a nuclear device is detonated, the wind blows the dust, and it's like fine dust, it's like powder. And it settles on everything. You breathe, eat, or absorb radioactive iodine. You pretty much can't avoid it, which kills your thyroid, killing you. But a simple fix is to simply take potassium iodide pills, which then floods your thyroid with good iodine, keeping the radioactive iodine out. You need 1 bottle per person per exposure for everyone from infant to adult, available. 10 bottles for a gift of $150, which is what I recommend, or $20 a bottle at prophecyclub.com. Shelf life 5 to 8 years, potentially more if you refrigerate it, or even more if you freeze it. Potassium iodide pills, prophecyclub.com. Right now we have them in stock, but so many people are ordering them, you may have to wait a while to get them.